What's up, everybody? It's that time of the week, that time of the day, that time of the month.
Once again,
you are listening to The Good,
The Band,
The Ugly, I'm Big Papa.
I'm Jeff.
Just Jeff. Actually, tomorrow we'll have to do all the justs.
Yeah,
Just
right.
Mike.
Just Mike.
Just Jeff. Just the show.
Just a show.
Fading out the music.
Yeah.
Look at that. Like a fucking professional show.
Ah.
No.
Oh, yeah.
So we've got a special guest today. Last minute, I know I had posted we had a different guest on today, but well, he had things he had to do, and I get it. And we're thrilled to have another guest on.
Yeah.
So Tim Moyer will be joining us today from Gridley Paige.
Huh.
And I told him to limit it to one wardrobe change.
I was going to say, how many wardrobe changes are we getting?
Just one.
Just one? Okay. Good. Good deal.
Maybe he'll have his Good to Band in the Ugly T-shirt on. We can hope.
Yes.
I gave him one this weekend. So.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. So, but without further ado, we have our weekly guest. Yes, Mr. Uncle Hime.
Uncle Hime.
And I think he has special guests today.
Does he?
Yeah.
Oh, he does.
He does. Is that Sean Barr?
Wow.
No, he's too busy playing right now.
Yeah. No
that's
kidding.
right. In one of his 77 bands.
Right.
Yes. Yeah. Couldn't phone him in today.
And normally with himself. Besides point.
Yeah.
He's getting quite bold in his old age, isn't he? Uncle Jimmy was never the ball buster. Now all of a sudden he's just like, fuck it. I'm old and crotchety. Nah.
It's an elder thing.
Uncle Jimmy's cranky of the week.
Okay.
So we have
Uncle Jimmy, who's that next to you, bro?
nephew Jay.
Jason Eldred.
Nice.
I think we should just start nicknaming him Nephew Jason.
Nephew Jason.
Nephew Jason from now on.
Yeah. It happens.
Yeah.
Neff.
You know.
How many bands are you in?
I'm in.
Depends on who they play.
Yeah. I'm in one main band, two part-time bands that play maybe once, twice a year.
Right.
Just picked up a gig playing with Mick Fury, so
nice.
Looking forward to that.
Yep,
Yeah,
that's
he's
awesome,
a
man.
good friend of the show.
Yes, sir.
We are very we're thrilled to hear that, and he's you'll kick ass.
You'll
for
kick
him.
ass, man. Happy
Yeah.
for you.
That's good.
Yeah, it should be very interesting.
Yeah, so
Absolutely.
Mick, if you're listening, because he's a friend of the show as well, you have to pay Jay an extra 10% from what you were going to pay him.
Pull that in. Sounds good to me.
Yep.
Yeah.
I like it.
Big Pop will pay him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right after Uncle Jimmy buys somebody a fucking drink, okay?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Oh,
Uncle Jumi.
boy.
That's what you're going to call him.
Jumi?
Uncle Jumi.
Wow.
Who else you bringing on the show?
The granddaughter had to tell me that one of the dogs was digging in the grass.
Yeah.
Because, we are on vacation here at the good old Seaver Shores campground. So,
Yep.
Nice.
And so for anybody who's listening that wants to go up and hang with Uncle Jimmy and Jason,
And Jason.
there you go. Seaver Shores. Just
Seaver Shores Campground.
come on up.
Bring your own.
Bring your own hummus. Bring your own chips and hummus.
Yeah, your own chips and hummus.
Got to bring chips and hummus. Make sure you bring that. And if you want to stay over, you can. Just invite yourself and
It's okay.
go on up.
It's fine.
Stay with Uncle Jimmy in his garage tent.
Well, we don't get invited, so it doesn't matter.
No, I got invited.
Oh, you did? Okay.
I got invited. Tina's invited me a couple times.
Oh, okay.
Everybody's got invited.
Well,
No,
it's an
not
open invite, bro.
it's not. Yeah, I hear you,
here.
brother.
not you.
Yeah, I know.
No,
It's okay.
not you.
I get it.
It's not you.
Jason.
It's
snarky.
it's
snarky?
It's Snarky Productions. Nobody wants to put up with that shit.
Well, duh. Jesus.
And
Mike.
now I'm going to hell.
Yep.
There you go.
You are.
So, Uncle Jimmy, why don't you give us your picks of the week, as long as they don't include anything between anything?
Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
Really?
Is between the wait a minute, hang on.
Between covers.
Is Between the Cheeks playing this week?
Is-
Better
yeah.
things to do.
I think we got some twisted cheese.
Yeah.
Oh,
We got
you know,
twisted cheese.
Well, you know what's really great
What?
is that the people can finally put a face to the story
Oh, God,
of the
yeah.
drummer
Yeah.
that said, "Let's get this shit over with. I got better
Better
fucking
things to
things to
do."
do."
I'm
got better things to do.
that guy.
I'm that
Yeah,
guy.
that guy.
In fact,
He got the
Here he comes.
yeah. He got the Dick of the
big
Day
trophy.
trophy.
Speaking of,
Between J-Ro and I, that trophy ain't big enough.
Yeah, that's true.
you're right.
That's true.
Now we can add Bill Ali's name to it.
Oh, I'm going to write that into dust.
oh, geez. You're never going to be on the show now.
No, there's nothing wrong with him having to do stuff.
No,
Dick.
I mean, he's got to do stuff. Whatever.
Do stuff, and there you go. All right, so is Between Cheeks playing it all this weekend, or
No, they get the weekend off.
No, we do
No,
not.
he does. He's playing.
Between Covers is playing Brennan's Beach next
Well,
weekend.
nobody can go but Brennan Beach people. So, you know. What the
Oh,
hell.
next
If you need
next
an
weekend.
invite, come see me. We'll get you in.
can you imagine?
Oh,
The band played and they brought all their riffraff in a fucking bus with them. Shares full.
Dude, the fucking riffraff is already there.
yeah, right.
Oh well, now you just got yourselves
Do it.
canceled. Yeah,
Yeah, next weekend, huh? Okay.
next weekend. Okay.
All right.
Well, I'm not going to be here.
Nah, nah.
I'm in
Oh, I
Saratoga.
know,
you are.
I know.
Yeah.
Got, got better shit to do, right?
Yeah. Paint my toenails.
Oh, dear God, I can't wait to see you bend over and do that.
And who gets the douche of the day trophy now?
Right here.
Wow.
There you go.
Your name's on it.
Yep. It's been on it
Yeah.
since
In your face, sucker.
I've been on it since I've known him.
Yeah. That's why I have it here.
That's right.
Yeah. All right, give us your picks of the week. Let's just get this shit over with.
What do you got, brother?
Sharkies.
Yes.
Gerards. You know, Mark Gerard Feinstein. He's Ronnie James Dio's cousin when he used to be with Elf. So
Yep.
he's a hell of a guitar player, and they got a pretty good thing going. They've been together, got to be 40 years or better. And you got at Sharkies again. You got Completely Unchained. You know, ought to be a decent show.
Yeah.
If you're a Van
And then
Halen
you
fan,
got
well,
then you got Harborfest this weekend. You know, it's guess who is the main guy, the main band lineup?
Yeah, and guess what? We just booked him.
Canada?
He's going to be on the show.
yeah.
We literally just booked
Yeah.
him for 2 months from now. We should have just gone up to the Harbor Fest and interviewed him.
Then you got Custom Tailors playing, Little Queens playing, Frostbite Blues with Mike Price. He's
Frostbit
so-
Blue.
Frostbit. Not Frostbite Blue.
Frostbite Blue.
Frostbit.
Frostbit.
Bit.
Oh, it is bit. Sorry, bit.
That's
Oh,
all right.
well,
Well, you know, those eyes aren't young.
I'll write it down.
Drink it today.
I can't see good. I don't have my glasses on. No. And then you got
I got my shoes
then
and
we
all
got
my
a
glasses.
then we got a show up here up at Sandy Pond. It's Boaters Beach, and it's gonna be a hell of a show. It always is.
Who?
And Chasing Neon is back again this year. for
Chasing
'em.
Neon.
Is that like chasing
Yeah.
Nemo?
Yeah. Anybody that's got a boat on
Anybody
Lake
got a boat?
Ontario
If you
or
want
Sandy Pond North,
to, right? If you want to,
that's where you want to be this weekend.
if you want to walk down the beach from Sandy Pond, it's about a 1.5-mile trip.
So
far
that
as-
leaves Big Papa out of it.
Mile and a half. Walk. What are you going on an expedition?
McDonald's at the end of the
How is that? An expedition?
Listen, unless there's
Need
unless
a
there's
fucking
tacos at the end of the tunnel, he ain't walking anywhere.
Hey, just because you cut your hair and you don't have the mullet anymore, it doesn't make you any smarter. So you better relax there, fella.
Uh-huh.
Jesus Christ.
Big Papa.
Yeah.
Jason named your boat.
Yeah, I saw that. Twisted Tea.
No, Twisted
Yeah.
C.
No,
Even I-
C.
Even I
C.
saw that
Twisted Sea.
as an
No, it's just a
SEA.
little twist on it.
A little twist
Yeah, I
on
see
it.
what
Little
you,
twist on
I
it.
see what you did there.
Yeah.
That's pretty.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
That's
Twisted
clever,
C.
wasn't it?
Yeah, it was very so clever. It must have taken a while to figure that one out.
Yeah, it took some great minds to put that together.
Yeah, no
I
kidding.
can't say credit. That a lot of that was the wife.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And
Well, yeah,
the 30-pack of Twisted Tea. That'll
Yeah.
do it.
It
Yep.
happens.
yeah. Did you get all the bird shit off it yet?
Yeah.
How many times?
Call it the Twisted Seagull. That's what you need to call it.
Yeah. Yeah. I think I need to add more letters to it.
Yeah. Where'd you get those letters? I hope you got them at a reputable place so it doesn't start flaking
right.
off. Like, fuck you, Big Papa. Dollar store had letters for. We got all of them for a buck.
Get that for 99 cents.
Buck at a corner store. Oh yeah, this is going nowhere fast. Fucking wheels are falling off the bus on this one. We added the nephew.
Yeah, and Wardrobe Moyer's not even on yet.
Where is he?
I had to. I know he's going to listen to this,
changing.
and
I
that's
know,
fine.
but why do you got to go there?
Because I can.
No, you can't.
I can. In fact, I just did.
Dick.
Tim will understand.
He will.
I know, but you know, Tim's helping us out today.
I know.
Big time.
That is cool.
Very cool.
Yeah. He's a super nice guy, great guy to work with.
Yeah, he is.
All around.
Yeah, he's a good singer. And
yeah,
he knows
great
how to
singer.
how to promote the
Great
shit out of it.
entertainer.
Yeah, knows how to promote the shit
he's
out of
my
stuff.
God, yeah.
He does for sure.
I don't think he's ever called anybody and canceled.
And no.
No, not at the last minute either.
And
So
if you want a gig at the gig, well, call Tim.
and guess what? You'll never.
Right.
No. That was way too fucking loud.
Yeah, it was.
Jesus Christ.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're a little old and half deaf now, so it's got to be a little loud.
Well, you were half deaf before, weren't you?
Huh?
You were half deaf before, weren't you?
What?
Yeah, exactly.
Let me turn up the volume a little bit.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Jason, what's your pick of the week besides your ass?
Yeah. I don't even know I would have to say Chasing Neon because that show that they put on over at the pond
Yep.
is a spectacular show for all the boaters that are in the area.
Yeah.
And not only that, but all the money that is collected goes towards the channel for us boaters
To get through the channel.
to get out to Lake Ontario.
So they can
Okay,
dredge
cool.
it.
Okay.
Very cool.
And they're a great band.
Yeah.
I mean, we played with them a couple times.
Yep.
But
Aren't they from
that's my
like?
pick.
Aren't they
He
from
may,
like
he may
Cortland
end
or
up
something?
drumming the weekend too. He may end up drumming there on the 19th, the 29th.
Yeah, the 29th. Where? Vernon's
I
Beach.
kind of understood what he was saying there.
Waters Beach.
Yeah.
You like to play.
Uh-oh.
Here we go.
Oh.
Look who's joined us.
Who?
Tim Moyer.
Tim Moyer.
Is he there? I don't see
Yeah.
him.
Is this on?
This is on.
Is this on?
We got
Come on,
Uncle
Tim.
Jimmy, nephew Jason,
Yep.
and Tim Moyer. Now
Yep.
look at this. This is like you can't get any better than this.
This is like the creme de la creme
Yeah.
of.
So Tim, just to let you know, I've been very nice. He's a douchebag. He wanted to know how many wardrobe changes you were going to have during this interview.
I only have
Wait,
3 for
he
this
hasn't
one.
changed
See?
it.
Oh,
There it is.
3.
3.
3. All right.
I think he changed something, didn't he?
How long are we on for it?
An hour,
An hour?
33 minutes
might be
each shirt.
Tim, I'm on vacation. I got all the time in the world, brother.
Yeah.
There you go. I mean, I
Come on.
could just try to stay in this shirt tonight. If I need to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, this is your cue, Uncle Jimmy.
Nice to Tim.
Huh?
Be nice to Tim.
Yeah.
Yeah,
will.
be nice to him. He's got
Yeah.
a J-Mo.
Yeah. All right. Well,
oh yeah, I
Is the
know.
weather
He's
nice
got the
up there at least? It looks nice up there.
he's got the toddler in the band.
J-Ro.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just gave J-Ro a.
I mean,
I just
any band that has J-Ro in it, that's automatic,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
That's the toddler.
Yeah, it is the toddler.
I
Yeah,
just gave
absolutely. That's the only reason I put him in the band.
I gave
Yeah, when I was a
J-Ro
little kid.
I just gave J-Ro his 43T onesie.
Does it say it snaps
Yeah,
in the middle?
I had the
Or
snaps
is it-
put in the front.
or is it Velcro?
No snaps.
Snaps. Okay.
Yeah, I don't want him to be able to. I don't want him to be
It
able to
looks
get
like
out of
Elf on
it.
a Shelf.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
This
Can he
coming.
handle
This coming from the dick with
snaps?
ears.
I know.
All right, Jimmy and Jason.
Jason, great
thanks
to
for
see you,
sticking
bro.
around. We appreciate you guys being here, but now get the fuck out.
Oh,
Okay.
great. All right, cool.
Oh, see ya.
All right,
Hey,
nice to
Tim.
see you.
See you later. guys. Yeah.
Hey, Tim,
Bye.
Hey, Jimmy, thanks for doing what you do, buddy.
Guys.
Double, triple.
Oh, no, now
not
you're-
you,
now you're
Tim.
flipping off.
Not you.
Now
Not
you're
you,
flipping
not
off,
you,
Tim.
Tim.
Don't
How
do
do I
that.
hit mute? How do I hit mute?
Bye, guys.
All
care,
right,
Jimmy.
guys.
See you,
Good
bro.
seeing you, buddy.
Peace out.
See you guys.
Bye, Tim. Bye,
Love you.
Tim.
Take care,
Love you,
Jimmy.
Jay.
Take care, guys.
Now get the fuck out.
No, get off my.
Now
He
he's
goes
sideways. Jesus. That's all right.
First time.
That's all right. He banged his
operating-
head hard as a kid or something. I don't
First time operating anything, I think.
oh, Jimmy. It's difficult.
Jeez.
It's just not easy. Tim, how you doing, man? Thanks for joining us today.
Good. I jumped on thinking I was going to be in a waiting room, getting it, be a little bit ahead of time just to sit off bay, and all of a sudden it's like, I'm on.
Yeah,
that's
no,
your hero.
we wanted you on as quick as we could get Uncle Jimmy off. So
How was it to get Uncle Jimmy off? That sounds?
that's what his nephew was there for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a family thing.
It is. Yeah. Well,
Just kidding.
I had a sound effect for that. I can't-
No, it wasn't that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. That's the bone chicka wow wow
Wow,
sound.
yeah.
Yeah. And then Jimmy. Yeah. There you go.
There you go.
So,
Done.
Jeff, I don't know if you realize this, but Tim has listened to pretty much every episode we've put up.
I am totally
I
sorry.
have too. I have. That's why when you asked me the other night, I'm like, yeah, let's do it in October. That's a good time for me because I'm usually on the road with conferences and whatnot. But and then you called, messaged me today. I immediately had to reach out to my stylist and said, hey, you got to fit me in to hair and makeup.
I got to get my hair done immediately, right?
I got to get Uncle Jesse ready before I go on camera. So,
Dude, the problem with this place is with these lights that we have to keep it
man.
looking. If I take this off, I look bald, even
He
though I'm
does.
not.
Yeah,
It's
that is
ridiculous. He's like,
crazy.
I look like Steve Shad.
Yeah. Oh my God.
I
you're
do.
Right.
I got a hair thing
didn't even
going
think
around,
about
and then
that.
a light. Holy
Yeah.
shit!
I didn't even think about that.
Hat or do rag from now on. Fuck it.
Uh-huh.
It's called me Uncle
I
fucking
get
do
it.
rag. Big Papa do rag.
Big Papa Durag. Yes, sir.
So
first of all, thank you for doing what you guys do. I do listen every week.
Well, we are really sorry.
yeah.
No, it's actually I find it amusing on a lot of stuff too because you guys have fun with this too. So
We
Well,
try
that-
to.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do. We try to.
We try to bring a lighter side to, regimented interview kind of stuff. That's not what people tell us. They want to feel like they're hanging out at a campfire,
Yeah.
listening to all of us talk stories that they've never been able to hear.
Yeah.
They know you from your performances. They know you from some of the stuff that you do around town, but
Yep.
they don't know what makes you tick, what made you get into it, what you do when you're not on stage. So those are the things we want to touch on today.
But
And
that's
then,
all hidden. That's all hidden. You can't tell all that stuff.
well,
Great.
make
I'm in
some.
a disclosed location that I can't even tell. I'm in the witness protection program during the week.
This is true. Yeah, just make some shit up. I mean,
Yeah, do whatever you gotta
This is
do.
your story. You're telling it.
Yeah.
We'll just call you the embellisher number 3.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Who's embellisher number 1?
I can't mention Randy Barrington's name
Oh, okay.
because I'll have to black that out and beep it out.
Oh shit.
Oh, did I say it again?
You did.
Ah, damn.
Ah, well.
He probably hates me. I don't care.
I don't.
I blocked him anyways. He
Yeah.
can't- yeah. Fuck
Doesn't
it.
matter.
No, as a matter of fact, it's on a meteor tour this week because I'm doing Chillin' with the Rick. Shout out to Chillin' for I have to do Chillin' show on Sunday.
Oh, so you did ours
Oh.
beforehand. Oh, well, I'm glad you did
No.
the better one first.
He literally messaged me just before I went on. Are you doing their show today? Yeah.
God damn it.
We're going to touch on everything that he's going to ask.
Where are you born? Where are you from? What's
Yeah.
your favorite color? And go. Let's start laughing.
Yep.
And cue the laugh.
Yeah, but Rick and I, we've been friends since we did the first show, and I've talked him off the ledge. He's going to jump off the nearest cliff, and I've told him, just keep doing what you're doing. It gets, because I guess there were some people that were, bad mouthing him, and I said it's part of the game.
Yeah.
It is.
If they're not talking about you, then you're doing something wrong.
That's right.
Yep,
That's right.
for sure.
It's bad publicity is sometimes even better than good publicity because it reaches more people quicker.
Yes.
So,
It is.
but
It does.
same thing. I saw the video he posted, and not to get off subject, but Rick's a great guy, and he does this like us. He does this out of passion for it, and
He loves the scene.
yeah, he if you can't be a musician, be part of it, and that's what he's doing, and God bless him for doing
And
it.
he's- all you guys are a big part of this now. I mean, this is the good thing about the pros about COVID is it brought a lot of this kind of stuff to the forefront where, you know, you got to learn about the other musicians. You got to learn about some of the people that I didn't know or didn't realize some of the stories, you know, and that's why I listen, because I do appreciate it. So.
Right. And I think Jeff and I appreciate what the stuff that you bring, because being musicians, both of our lives, COVID did affect us, you know, and this filled a void where the band wasn't playing, and then when the band, you know, started to put stuff back together, I'm not in a hurry to jump on stage anymore right now. I mean, I like to sing and I like to get up and when people invite me and stuff, but you know, we'll play our couple shows a year here. We'll be happy with that. But this is really, we've had so many people come up to us when we're out and thanking us for what we do. And they're not musicians.
No, they're not.
And that's cool. I mean, I'm thrilled by that. So, you know, as I've mentioned to people before, when you see us out, just stop and say hello.
Say hello. We're not going to bite.
Yeah. You know, and it's pretty cool. Yeah. So tell us a little bit about yourself. I mean, we know Tim Moyer of Gridley Paige, and we know, you know, how long you've been doing that, but, you know, how long have you been doing music?
Oh gosh. I mean, I started at a young age. I mean, I was supposed to, you know, supposed to go to music school and not, you know, be a rock and roll guy. I was a jazz drummer. That's what I started out to be.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And then, you know, getting involved with, you know, like saxophone and trumpet and then piano and whatnot. And then I kind of just, you know, after college, I stumbled in a rock and roll band, and they said, you play keyboards? Yeah. So I started playing keyboards, but then they found out I could sing. So I suddenly got moved up to the front part. And then I was in a group with Matt, the guitar player. We did a group called Culprit back in the day, back in 89, 90. And then after that, we were together for about 4 years in that area, and then became Ulterior Motive with some other guys. And Matt had left the band for a while. And he went with a group called Liquid Purple, and then he actually toured Germany with another band, and then came back. And then when he came back, I asked him to join Ulterior Motive as the keyboard player, guitar player, so we could have two guitar players and fuller sound. And then we became Gridley Paige. We morphed into Gridley Paige in 97, I think it was. Matt knows. Okay. Matt's the historian. Matt knows more of the historical parts of it. But that's, you know, really, Matt's been my best friend, but I think it was 2 years that we didn't play together. That's it. We've been together for almost 30 years.
Yeah.
So
that's cool.
Now, Tim, when you were growing up, was your family musical as well?
My dad was. My grandfather actually was a well-known, he called square dances up through this area and was very, very well known. And then my father was in a band, Johnny and the Volumes. He played keyboards for them, who they put a couple records out. And he played keyboards for them for a while. And then he was our manager. The reason why I keep on saying the reason why we're still going is this is not just a band that's put together. This is a business. And my father set this up as a business. We were signed to a division of Sony Records called Mosh Entertainment back in 1999. We played Woodstock 99. Some people don't realize that. We played the West Main stage. And then 3 days later, we were in New York City showcasing for record labels.
That's awesome.
And that's literally where we got signed 5 days later. And I keep on saying it was because of that showcase, because there's our showcase only had 25 people in the room, but they were all record execs.
Right.
Okay.
So I said the reason because we played Woodstock 99 was the reason why we were signed.
That's
awesome. Still
that's cool.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, well, they knew that you were good under pressure, and that Woodstock 99 was no joke. That was
no. I mean, but have you watched the documentary on Netflix at all?
Oh, I have. It was a fucking shit show.
Yeah.
Who did we have on that played that as well?
Probably Frostbit Blue played right before us. So one of the guys from that, maybe.
We haven't had Frostbit Blue on yet.
Did we? Oh,
I don't think there was.
I thought somebody told me they played that.
I was going to say I don't think any of the guests that I've seen that you've had on.
No.
Nobody really.
Maybe just somebody I shot the shit with talked about it. Yeah. That played on one of the stages. Or was J-Ro in the band at that time or no?
No, it was my brother Jeff that we bust chops online all the time. You've probably seen some of the banter back and forth.
Yeah.
It was my brother. It was Matt. It was Mike Tallarico, who lives in Florida now, and Russ Riley, who actually passed away from a heart attack years ago.
Just sorry to hear that. Yeah, I could have sworn somebody had mentioned it, but
yeah,
the stories get after a while they start blending together.
It's an old thing.
Yeah, I'm old. Fuck you. So Gridley Paige has been pretty much the how do you put it, the
mainstay,
the
for
power
him.
behind the engine.
Yep.
That's cool.
We actually, like I said, after we were signed to Mosh Entertainment, but we were with All Access Management out of New York City, which was they handled Daryl Hall and John Oates. So Believe was actually recorded. The demo tracks were recorded at Hall and Oates Studio. So when I was going back down to do my vocal tracks, we actually got to meet them. And the very first 45 that my father bought me was Kiss on My List.
Oh,
so
right.
It was really weird to go in full circle and record at their studio. So one of the times I was doing vocal tracks, Daryl Hall shows up, which I'm like, holy crap, that's Daryl Hall.
Right,
kind of thing. But we worked with his engineer who did all his demo stuff. And that was the opportunity of a lifetime. So
that's cool.
Yeah.
That was a cool part. But then we brought that track home and we started, like I said, after playing Woodstock 99 and doing all that fun stuff, we were part of a demo deal, which the demo deals don't mean squat. When you really think about it, we were 5X, one of 5X that were written off that year. So
yeah.
Okay.
Our stuff never got to the shelf, but K-Rock was a big supporter of Believe. They put us in regular rotation. We played Jingle Ball. We played a couple of their bigger events. So we were blessed to have some support from local and regional radios.
Can we find that on Spotify? Or
we put the whole thing back up on Spotify. The Believe album's up there, the parental advisory album's up there, and the Whisper one, which we just released that during COVID. We went back into the studio and did that. So
that's cool. Well, so there's something that our listeners might not have known of,
right?
And hopefully we can direct them over there and make sure that everybody downloads that. And
we actually released the "Say to You" was released last year. It came up in my newsfeed. I'm like, wow, that's been out for a year or so.
Wow.
But then we have one track that we haven't released yet because Dave King came back into the fold a year ago. So I needed some fresh ears because I'm like, I don't know, it's just not jiving with me yet. So I gave it to Dave. I said, Dave, listen to this. I said, I need some fresh ears. I said, my ears are burnt from this. So he goes, Dave King fashion, he goes, mind if I take a stab at that? I got an idea for it. He sent me back that he did something in his studio. I'm like, that's it. We're going to release this, but we're going to go back into the studio, re-record it with your new guitar lines and his new ideas for the top of it. So
right. That's cool.
But David been with us, played with me for 8 years before this. He had stepped out of the band for a little while. And that's when J-Ro came in.
Right.
So
I'll tell you, I saw you guys Friday night and it was just such a good show. It really was. I mean, everybody was firing on all
Thank you for coming out. I appreciate it.
No, are you kidding me? I mean, it was a great crowd. Everybody was playing the right, hitting everything the way it was supposed to be hit. I saw a couple times, you've got a couple sample things going on that help out some of the intros. And I saw you go, I'm taking it back, and it was like, okay, I know what that means, so it's like, but the way you do it, it's seamless. And it's not like years ago we would sit back and be like, the fuck, you just use a track. But if you're going to do things to make the show great, then fucking do it. I think years ago you guys did Fat Bottom Girls and you put the a cappella part in the beginning just because it's hard for everybody to mimic that. And I said, that worked. Why don't more people do little bits? You've got rappers that spend their whole career with nothing but other artists' samples. So why not, in a live setting, just do it, So yeah,
Turning Stone, when we went into the Turning Stone era of stuff, I think that's when it really kind of said, okay, when they came to us for the first time to start saying, hey, we want you to play here. My reaction was, I want to put this together as a show. I don't want this to be a bar show. I want this to be a show.
Right.
So we started putting it together, elements together. And actually, when we play outside of the casino, sometimes I do some of the testing there.
Right.
Before I put it in the Turning Stone show.
Right.
Okay.
Because the Turning Stone show, you got a video wall behind you. You got all the
Right.
stuff that coordinates with all that stuff. But I'm also not, the sound engineer either. So I work with Mike Tripley, who used to work for me at the Turning Stone.
Yeah.
But he's kind of like, I keep on making the joke that he's my son. But that kid is a wizard.
Oh.
I mean, truly, he's the other silent part of the band. Any sound guy that comes into the fold, that is your extra hand. That is your extra member of the band.
Yep.
And sound guys, sometimes they don't get credit for that because they are just as important. We're just the canvas. They hold the paintbrush and the paint. So.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. A sound guy can make or break the show entirely, for sure.
Yep.
But speaking of Mike, I mean, we anytime we played at the gig, and thank God it was back when Mike was there all the time, and
oh God, yeah,
it was just like we knew there was no question.
No,
and he kept saying stuff like, all right, as long as you're not don't pull a rants on me, and have your amps on 12. After sound check when you had them at 6, and then be a total douche during the show,
Yeah.
But we let him, he set the direction and the levels, and man, that sounded great.
Perfect.
Yeah, I loved it when we worked with him.
Yes.
And now,
well, Mike was one of those engineers. Like I said, he was the extra hand. But then we got to be also tight because we were always there at least once a month. So it got to be, part of a big family. So we'd bust chops on each other, and he'd put up, picture of J-Ro with a 3-inch Fury thing on his hop.
Yeah.
And me with an eggplant in my face or something stupid like that. I mean, but it got to be, that was the environment that we made for that. That's why the crowds kept on going, because you could see these guys are just having a good time.
Right.
And that says a lot. If you can't hang out with your dudes and your bandmates before a show, then something's going on.
Yep.
So any one of those guys, as a matter of fact, all day long, those guys have been busting chops in a chat, all the Gridley guys. We can go back and forth for hours. It's like, I have a job to do. We all have jobs. Does anybody work?
Yeah.
Matt doesn't work. And he's the one that doesn't really reply. He's like, hey, Matt, what are you working on those reports for Old Man Johnson? And he's pretty much exploring the deep parts of YouTube that are blacklisted.
So. Yeah. And then you got the other one, the little guy.
Yes,
J-Ro?
the toddler.
He's just learned to walk. Don't pick on him. He's proud of him. He's taking his first couple steps.
Little wobbly legs, and he's like, oh.
It's like a baby deer.
Yeah, he's holding on to the side of the coffee table. God bless him. I hope it doesn't chip a tooth.
Me too.
Yeah.
Well, J-Ro taking he's been in hiatus. That was the first time he's been back in a month, actually, because he's been out. He pretty much took the summer off. Now the days back.
Right.
He's taking I think he did one of the show with us last month, or in May was the last time I saw him. So
right.
Like, that's why I busted his chops. Like, hey, so you're back from your vacation.
Yeah.
Your little sabbatical.
Yeah. Well, he's got that, he's dual mansions now. He's got the.
Yeah. I was going to say, he's got that summer camp now too.
Lake life.
Oh, sorry.
I have a gazebo and a boathouse. Just no boat.
Oh, Buffy.
Yeah, pass me my kayak. Yeah, so see, I'm busting on his balls because hopefully he will listen to this. Because I said, have you listened to any of these shows? He's like, not really. I said, and you told me to have you on. He's like, well, yeah. Come on, dude. You want me on the show? I said, no. You listen to a show, you can come on.
Yeah, we'll talk about it.
So let's see if he listens to this one. So as soon as he hears it,
he should have his bandmate. For God's sake.
As he hears it, I want him to text me and say, "I listened to it, you fucker," and then that way I'll know he listened to it.
Right?
But if I don't get a text from him,
that sounds like J-Ro.
Yeah.
Yep.
If he doesn't listen to it, well then no, that's
right.
It.
Forget it.
Yeah,
you're done.
So speaking of,
he's such a ball buster. That's why I love him in the band.
My daughter, when my daughter met him for the first time, we were he was playing at. No, actually, Bill was playing at the fair. Up at the courtside, and Jeff was hanging out, and he sat at the table with myself and my daughter and I, and he and I are going back and forth, and she looks at me and she goes, "This guy is one of your friends?" I said, "Yeah, why?" She says, "The stuff he's saying to you." I said, "Have you been listening to the shit I've been saying back to him?" She's like, Yeah, but I just know how you are. I just thought he would try to be on his best behavior because you're in front of your daughter and your mother. I'm like, no, that wouldn't. If he didn't bust my balls, then I'd be saying, "What's your problem?"
Right.
You know.
Yeah. Are you sick?
Right.
Yeah. But for the longest time, I was told that he was pissed at me because he played it at my bar years ago.
Oh, okay.
And I cut him short because nobody was there. I was like, "You're going home." Yeah. But I told him ahead of time. I didn't wait till the end of the night and stiff them. I said at their break, look, there's nobody here. You know, let's make a deal.
Yeah.
So he, Ali used to say, "Oh, J-Rose pissed at you, man. He still says you owe him like $300." And I'm like, tell him fuck you. You know,
right. Forget it, pal.
Yeah, you better go take a meeting up with the rest of the tribe. And and come to find out, no, he wasn't mad, but they told me for like 2 years he was pissed at me.
Oh, Jesus.
So, yeah. But that's how we ended up becoming friends because he's like, dude, I got no problem with you, you know. And we've been friends ever since. But it's, anyways, I don't want to get off too much on a tangent about Jeff. But, yeah, it comes back full circle. Bandmates are bandmates. You're like family. You spend more time sometimes than you do with your family.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you're expected to get over shit a lot quicker than sometimes family does. Because we could argue on Friday, and we better make up because Saturday we can't look like we hate each other on stage.
Yeah.
So, you know.
We've done that.
Oh, we've definitely done that.
We've definitely done that.
Jason just left. He, you know, we had a war with Jason during the show one day, you know. He just didn't know his microphones were on his overhead for the cymbals. And he got up covering the microphones on his kit. He's like, let's get this shit over with. I got better fucking stuff to do. And it went out through the PA.
Yeah.
And everybody was like turning around going, what the fuck's going on? I was like, okay. All right. And we felt bad about that till we heard John Hamilton talk about manslaughter.
Manslaughter, how they broke up on stage
at a festival in front of all these people. And he's like, well, you're out of the fucking band. And they're screaming at each other. And then they turn and realize they're doing it on stage.
Right.
So,
oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
And they had been drinking all day.
Well, yes, they had.
Didn't help.
Yeah. Well, those guys. You know.
Yeah, I know.
Now, you don't drink, or do you?
I drank a couple. This is going back to, you know, my father, God rest his soul, was the one that instituted the no more than 2 drinks policy. Do you drink at work?
Right.
No, then you don't drink here.
Right.
So we had a bass player years and years ago. Mike was the bass player, and he came in with, he goes, every time that you would drink past the 2, the bar would charge you the $5 for the drink, but then you'd also have to give him a $5 that he put in a kitty.
Oh.
So it cost you $10 every time. So there was one night that Mike came in with $40. He goes, I'm having a shitty day. Put this towards everything. So we knew at that point in time, that's going to be a shit show.
Right.
And he goes, and I remember my father saying, Tallarico, you're not drinking that much. You're not drinking that much. I think he drank that much. My father let that one slide, but.
Right. Wow, that's funny.
My father was like the Jackson family. We had to pretty much walk the path and stay on the straight and narrow. So
right,
but we were the goody 2-shoe boys, so we didn't.
You know what? There's nothing wrong with that.
We didn't really do anything bad stuff.
No, there's nothing wrong with that.
No, like I said, but you had some of these guys that have been on with their rock stories. Like, man, we were so lame. The most we would do is go to breakfast and put extra creamer in the coffee pots and stick them back in the coffee thing. We weren't any bad. Oh.
Well, you know what? It still shows the professionalism that you guys do, and I'm throwing you kudos on that. And I know we do bust your balls a lot on the wardrobe thing, but you know, it's only because we don't have 3 outfits that we could wear.
Correct.
It takes a lot longer to take.
I got one.
Yeah. Your gas monkey shirt.
I learned that from JT from the Booty Foundation.
Oh, okay.
Oh, definitely.
All right, yeah.
Definitely.
I mean, and it was funny because we played the casino back in March, and I'm good friends with JT. And big shout out to him because they're doing the show in October.
Yep.
But I come back down from the dressing room at the gig, and I put all my stuff on the cage, so all my outfits are lined up, so I can come back, grab it, go back out on stage. And I come out, and there's this guy standing there looking at my jacket. I'm like, who the frick is looking at my jackets?
Right.
And I walk up and I go, how'd you get back here? I mean, you know the security at the turning stone.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Because they have tasers now, so they want to tase you. So I'm like, dude, you may want to get out of here because you could be tased if you don't get out of here. And that's what he just said. He's like, nice wardrobe change. I'm like, I learned from you.
Right. Dude, and he pushes the to the other extreme. I mean, leopard pants and leopard suit and the big high heels and the whole 9 yards. You know.
Yeah, he takes it to the next level. That it's like, okay, that's.
But you know.
But he's really smart. He's such a showman. He's a great showman.
I was just gonna say he puts on a show, and he knows from day one, it's gonna be a show.
Yeah.
You know,
for sure.
It's not a bar show.
No.
From every movement he makes, he knows he's gonna do it, and God bless him. Those guys put a hell of a show on. And
I was there that night. I loved it. Every ounce of that show.
Yeah. 850 plus people that they brought in that night, and God bless it. You know, I like the fact that Jeff flies in from Vegas.
Yep.
You know, he's so good, dude. He was so energetic, and so they haven't missed a beat. Nope. I said to those guys, "You practice once?
Yeah.
Wow.
One day.
Yeah.
One day. And like you said,
the bass player, did he get better? I didn't think it was possible. He was amazing.
Yeah, he was. Well, he's living out in California now, isn't he?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, I think he is. He's playing a lot.
Before I literally texted my brother, who's a bass player, and said, I don't know how, but he got even better. And he goes, he was insane before. I go, he's even better now.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, they're all just
fantastic musicians.
Incredible.
Yeah, they are.
And like you said, they're coming back in October. Johnny's going to be on. JT's going to be on. Right, like about a week or two before they play at Sharkey, so he'll be on the show.
Good.
Yep.
And then obviously, as you know, Jeff Totora is like a repeat offender on the show, and we just love the guy. You know, I mean, he's helped us with a lot of our interviews.
He has,
and given us some really great connections. Stoney Curtis. Stoney, not Stormy. Stoney Curtis was on. There. I know, because I said Stormy when I was saying something the day before.
Stormy Daniels?
Yeah, no. Stoney Curtis.
And that's what I thought of, too, Tim. And the first time he said Stormy, I went, you talking about Stormy Daniels?
I said, no, Stoney Curtis.
That's going to be an interview I will not miss.
Stormy Daniels.
I want to be on with that one.
Yeah, with Stormy Daniels? Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So I got some questions about Trump.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, yeah, never mind.
Yeah, oh, we just went political. Sorry, you're out.
Yeah, right.
No, not that way. Just going into it.
So. Yeah, no.
Yeah, no, we're kidding. Yeah, we don't. The guy that was going to be on tonight that stiffed us, we should bring up his political affiliation.
Was it Bill?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, no. The worst part is.
I saw him yesterday.
I did too. I saw him yesterday, and I said to him, dude, I swear to God, right now I'm telling you, don't fucking stiff us tomorrow. Oh, come on. I'm not gonna. Come on. I'm like, you're stiffing. I know you're stiffing. He's, I'm not gonna stiff. I'm gonna be doing it from the hotel room. He's in Boston today. I'm doing it from the hotel room. Okay. I said, okay. He's like, all right. And then I got a text right before I text you, and I said, and he goes, dude, not gonna make it back to the hotel room on time. I'm like, well, what time are you thinking? He goes, well, probably around 9:00. I'm like, you're a total douche. You're out. And I don't have an open slot until now, November.
Yeah.
And I was texting. I'd already texted you, and he goes, dude, call Tim. I said, I've already texted him. He's already replacing you before we even finish this conversation. You know? So
well, good. All right. I'll do this interview as Bill Ollie, and he can do as Tim Moyer.
No, God,
oh
no.
God, don't do that.
No.
Ooh.
Ooh. No, don't make me go there.
I just saw him yesterday. He was at the Tiki Bar yesterday.
Yeah, I was.
We were on the boat, so.
Oh, you must have just missed me. I was over there for a while.
Yeah, I only had 3 hours of sleep from going to Turning Stone, packing up, going home, and then having to be at their boat launch by like 10. Right. But I had an hour drive on top of it, so it's like I'm beat. So I kind of bailed early, but
it was a good crowd over there.
Great crowd.
Yeah, he does a good job. Are you guys booked over there at all?
No.
Yeah, well.
No, but Bill and I were talking on break, so because he had to bust my chops. He's like, "What's the big announcement?" I'm like, "All right, I'll tell you." So I'll tell you guys what we talked about earlier. Yeah. It was Gridley Paige. We got Gridley Paige, the full band. Then we got Gridley Paige, Naked and Scared, which is the acoustic duo.
Okay.
But now, as of January, we've already got it booked. Is Gridley Paige, AM Gold. And what AM Gold is going to be is a complete yacht rock show.
Oh. Okay.
So
Okay.
that's already booked for Turquoise Tiger.
Right.
It's the second weekend of January. So that's going to be, and that's basically all the same guys, but we're adding Gary Johnson to the mix instead of J-Ro.
Oh, wait a minute. Gary Johnson.
Gary Johnson's the looper.
Oh, yes. No, he's over at the Turning Stone a lot.
The kid's not from this planet.
He's not.
Extraordinary talent. I mean, just Gary's, I can't say enough. He's like a brother to me. And he's part of the Gridley Paige family anyways, because he's been with us, but he also be in a group called Dashboard Nixon with my brother years ago. So he's coming in and playing keyboards and guitar and backing vocals and lead vocals, and it's going to be a lot of fun. But also I talked to Ryan today. Every now and then we'll incorporate Ryan into the show too.
Ryan Quinn, yeah.
It'll be a hell of a lineup kind of thing. But it's all the regular Gridley guys, which is Dave, Sean, Billy Carmen, and Matt, and myself.
Mm-hmm.
People don't realize Billy Carmen is a incredible bass player. I mean, Billy Carmen played with Fran Cosmo from Boston. He played with Boston.
Oh, nice.
That's awesome.
He's a super talented bass player. So just privileged to have the guys around that I do.
That kind of segues. You mentioned Ryan. I mean, I don't think a lot of people know what you do when you're not doing this.
Well, that's what it says. GP Entertainment on here. It's at my studio, in my office studio here down on Main Street. I book college entertainment, and my claim to fame is if you've ever seen Justin Willman, Magic for Humans on Netflix. Justin was my client, and he was Entertainer of the Year for 5 years. He was with us for 8 years, but he was Entertainer of the Year in the college market with us. We're known as the agency that created Justin Willman. So
there you go.
Oh, okay.
So who do you handle now?
Right now, I handle Joel Myers, who's a comedy magician who's on Masters of Illusion. I represent Leon Etienne, the illusionist from AGT. There's a couple new up and coming ones, but about 10 years ago, I got back into the music scene with it, because originally myself and my partner, I'm like, dealing with musicians, you're dealing with personalities that may clash. I don't know if I want to deal with bands, but we started working with Jackie Tone. She was from American Idol, and now she's actually been on Netflix on a bunch of TV shows on there. And then we went into actually Tyler Fillmore started on this roster, which is on Fillmore,
right?
The country band, and Carly Pierce, country star, started on this roster.
That's awesome.
Very cool.
So we're not based out of LA. I work with the CAAs, and we're the step before you get to the CAA and the William Morrises and the Gersh and all that kind of stuff. We're that stop to get you to that, over that hump, and get you, because Justin went right from us to CAA to William Morris, and now he's with UTA.
Right.
So, but he started with, and he kept us on there as long as he could, because they eventually, they want complete control at that point in time, because they have their own internal teams. So
yeah, and you handle Ryan now, don't you?
I handle Ryan for colleges. Ryan's kind of like, post COVID. I mean, he's kind of come out of the college market every now and then. He does get requests for colleges, but he's stepped out of that. And I keep on telling, Gary was on my roster and still is. And Gary, it was Musician of the Year. People don't realize he was Nationwide Musician of the Year in the college market.
Okay.
He's got those guys that do looping have a different sense of, they know where they're going 4 steps before they do it. And I watch it, and I've always been amazed by it.
If you ever see him play piano, and ask J-Ro, he'll tell you too. He sat down at the piano, and he went up to him and said, J-Ro goes, "Can you play Motorcycle Drive-By by Third Eye Blind?" Which Gary got the opportunity to play it with Third Eye Blind too.
Right.
Okay.
So he sat there. He's like, "I don't know if I played it on piano." Next, like 2 songs later, he starts playing it. Figures it out on keyboard, just playing it there on the spot. And I go, "Does that work?" And he goes, "He's not from this planet." He and Ryan and Justin Smithson, if you haven't had Justin on the show, Justin and my brother, there was something, they're all the same age. There was something in the water that gave them super abilities at that point in time.
Right.
Because they can literally sit down. Yeah, I got it.
Yeah.
You don't know the song. No, I'll figure it out. Here, and you would think they've known it forever. I don't understand it.
Well, Dave King is that on guitar.
Dave King is just one of the most. I remember when Jeffrey called me because our guitar player had left, and he goes, I'm moving to drums because my brother was multi-talented, could play anything. I'm moving to drums. Dave King's coming. I'm like, the metal god, Dave King? I'm like, I don't know if that's going to work with, here we are like the Backstreet Boys, here bringing in this guy. But when Dave just loves music.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's just one of those, we've had the conversations on numerous times. Dave is the most melodic guitar player I've had the opportunity to play with. I mean, really, he and I, and there's so much ball busting on stage that people don't see.
Yeah.
They're like, you guys are always laughing. What are you guys laughing at? If you knew, you probably wouldn't want to follow the band ever.
No, because Dave says stuff under his breath that nobody else can hear.
Oh, I know.
And it's so funny. And to have him do that.
Yeah, he doesn't talk much, but when he does, you listen.
Oh, my God.
Because we had him sit in with us. Probably, a dozen times.
Yeah.
And I'd call him, and he's like, did you change your set from last time? I say, yeah, we had like 3 songs. Well, just send them over. And I'm like, he goes, when do you need me again? I go, well, tonight. He goes, oh, that's cool. And he would learn the song. He's like, am I going to do the solo or is Jeff? And I go, you.
Yeah.
And so he'd learn the song on the way to the gig, or to the show.
Yeah.
And he'd come walking. He's like, yeah, I got it. Just let me know. And he'd look at Jeff like, you want me to do this?
Yeah, exactly.
And that's how he and J-Ro, they look at each other like, yeah, you take the lead on this one,
They were doing that Friday night.
Yeah, I was watching it.
You just notice they're like pointing to each other. You want to do it? And J-Ro going, and he goes, got it.
Yeah. Ridiculous.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Well, the thing is, you didn't see that was the first night we've been using a new in-ear system that we got now that we have access to all our ears. And there's now a talkback mic that I have control of. So I go over and tell them at any point in the show, a lot of the stuff that used to be based on what I'd say before the segments, so they would know we don't follow a list. When we go out, there's no list.
Right.
I completely read the crowd, and they're based on what I'm saying usually used to lead them into it, but COVID switched it a little bit, so I couldn't. Billy was new enough that I couldn't teach some of the coding stuff too. So it's like you go over to the talkback mic now, and we can use that nobody else can hear what we're saying.
Okay.
All right.
Dave went in and turned the mic on the other night when we were doing one of the slower songs and burped into the mic just as I was getting ready to sing the one spot. I heard, I'm like, really? But now that we got it, Saturday when we played, that's where the comedy really came in. Because I was ripping we were ripping J-Ro apart Friday night. He's like, I don't have my ears. What are you guys laughing about? What are you laughing about? Nothing.
Well, he took him out. He took him out Friday. He was like, I can't use it. Fuck this. This is garbage.
That was the night that we busted his chops. So since he didn't have him in, I'm like, well, look at the man who hasn't been here for a while. Now not use in-ears. Well, somebody hasn't been practicing.
That's funny.
It is too.
And all the years that you've been doing this, we ask this of everybody, so you know what's coming.
Yeah.
Give us your biggest stage blunder blooper that no one might have known happened, but just was like, holy shit! I can't believe
it was Saturday.
Well, no, we can't. Can't use one you already talked
about. One of the biggest ones. We were playing K-Rock Jingle Ball. And here they've been playing Believe all week in a rotation, all previous 2 weeks leading up to it. And then we had a 30-minute segment slotted for us in the very beginning. So we come out, and Rayman had done so many K-Rock nights with us, and he and I were close friends. And he goes to me, he knew the segments that I would say before I come out. I would come out and say, be careful of the ladies, is what I always say before we start Runaway, or before we start For You, which was one of our heavier songs. Mm-hmm. And so I go, don't be careful of the ladies, no moshing, don't push the ladies. And he grabs me just before I grab it, and he goes, look at the crowd and don't say it. And I go, what? He goes, I looked out, all of them were girls moshing. The dudes were sitting back and watching the girls mosh.
Oh my God.
Moshing was moshing. So that wasn't the worst of it. We get to, he had played 3 or 4 songs at the Big 10 at 10. We played it for 2 weeks straight. So we had, out of the 10 songs, 4 of those songs were ours for 2 weeks. So people had Gridley Paige, nonstop through their heads.
Right.
So we're getting ready to do the last song, and they go, last song. I'm like, I just started the beat for the song that is our single on the radio. So what do? I turned, and we had a light manager, and he goes, you do this, I'll take care of, because Chuck Che was sitting there with his arms crossed saying, shut down the tower. Right. I'm like, he goes, I'll take care of Chuck. You do this. When you get done, run and jump out into the crowd. I said, stage dive? And he goes, yeah. I don't know, dude. There was a big, huge leap between the security guards and everybody else. And I've never done this before. So he goes, just do it. So sure enough, song, I go, looked at Chuck, I go, I'm sorry, I got to finish the song. And I see Roscoe talking to him. And at the very end, I jump off stage and just fall short of the thing. Hit sideways on my knee. I'm like, okay. I ran back. He goes, find me backstage. So I found him backstage. He threw me in the equipment truck. He goes, shut up and don't say a word, and slams the door shut. Now I'm in this black darkness going, what the hell am I going to do? Next thing you know is he opens the door. There's blood just dripping down my knee from hitting the gate from the thing. And he goes, I took care of it. I'm like, all I was doing is throwing in the back of a truck like I was getting whisked away somewhere.
Going to Chuck Cheo jail.
Yep.
Yeah, and I saw Chuck afterwards, and it's like he's like, good job. I'm like, okay, what did he say to you that made you turn the corner on that one?
Look at him, he's bleeding for you.
Right.
That was still one of those things that Roscoe was. I took care of it because Roscoe was always one of those guys that's like, I could, get away with murder when Roscoe's around. You know what? There's a dead body. Get out of here. I'll take care of the bodies. Don't worry about it. I've cleaned this myself before. So
I got a wood chipper.
You always had one of those guys. So.
Yeah. Well,
nice.
Years ago, it was like that's how it was at the Lost.
Yeah.
Scott Siriano was always.
Yeah.
He could fix shit.
Instantly.
Yeah.
Just a thing.
And then the only other one that we had was they said the stage plot up for Woodstock 99, and they asked us, hey, your drummer's back 15 feet. We can push him back 30 feet. Do you want him back 30 feet? Now, me being a young, stupid kid, as I was, going, oh, you better give me more rocking room. Put him back 30 feet. He didn't look like he was part of the band. He was way back on the other side. He goes, I don't even feel like a part of you guys. That was pretty funny, too.
Never mind the drummer behind the curtain.
Yeah, right.
That stage was massive. I mean, just massive.
Now, so that must have been like your first, like, holy shit moment. I mean, walking out on that stage, and having the fear factor goes right from your stomach to your throat,
Yeah, well, they had the those moving lights on tracks, the cameras on tracks.
Right.
Yeah.
So, Fred Durst did it 2 days later. I did it first. I didn't show that segment, because I was nobody. We played 3 spots before Vertical Horizon, and I was more pumped to see Vertical Horizon. Nobody knew who they were.
Right.
Nobody knew who they were. I was pumped because I'm like, oh my God, these guys are great. I love these guys. They're from Massachusetts. So
that's so cool.
Very cool.
So what's your biggest
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead.
So out of all the people you've met throughout the years, what was your biggest holy shit, I'm standing in front of this person?
So I idolized when I was growing up. I was a huge Richard Marx fan.
Okay.
Huge Richard Marx fan. So finally got to meet him. He was the biggest dick on the face of the earth.
I was going to ask you, is this good or bad?
That was the downfall. I'm sorry to say it, but it's like it kind of like turned me off at that point in time. I was like, oh, wow, okay, great. And of course, my ex-wife had given him a CD, and I go, no, because at that point in time, I'm like, no, what they do with them? They throw them out the window as they go down the road. They don't listen to them.
No kidding.
That cost us $10.
Yeah.
But then a couple years ago, at Turning Stone, Pat Monahan and Train were there. Mm-hmm. And of course, I resembled him at that point in time. So they said, here, we want you to go backstage and get a picture taken with him. Well, I waited for the VIP line and then finally got back to him. And the security guards who work at the gig were kept on going, oh, this is going to be funny. So They were looking at him, looking at me, and like, this is going to be funny because they found out what he wore. I wore the same thing. And then he stayed at the same hotel.
Wow.
He stayed at the lodge. They put him up at the lodge. So I go, how far do you want me to pull this prank? And he goes, why? I go, the limo's waiting right here for him. The guy thinks I'm him. Do I walk up and get in the limo?
Right.
So, but I didn't. But he didn't find the humor that I resembled him that much. So, because afterwards, when we set this up before at the casino, is they wanted me to walk around afterwards and see how many people thought it was a doppelganger.
Right.
So, I go, okay. So we walked done. He got done with the show. I walked out in front, and my daughter, who hates that kind of stuff,
right.
I go to the security guard. Some lady comes up to me. She goes, "Can I get a picture?" I'm like, "I'm not him." And she goes, "I know you're Gridley Paige." I'm like, "Sure." And I looked at the security guard and go, "Get ready for the shit show." So I held it up high. 300 people came around here. I got escorted back to my hotel room, down the elevator with security and like 150 people following us down. I'm like, this is way better than playing with a band. Just be a doppelganger for somebody. I don't care.
Yeah, no shit.
That's funny.
That is funny.
I'll say I saw your daughter at the show the other night, and
now Tim, is she a musician as well?
She's going to school to SUNY Oneonta for audio engineering.
That's awesome.
Okay,
that's awesome.
Very cool.
So she and she's a vocalist, but she does have a beautiful voice. She's got thank God she's got my brother's ear. So she picks up things extremely fast. She's a guitar player and a drummer. And,
wow.
Like I said, she's just trying to, do her thing too. But, keeps on saying, have me play Limp Bizkit. You're not playing Limp Bizkit. Get out of here. You got a beautiful voice. Don't thrash it on that stuff. So,
right. Yeah.
But, she's I'm very fortunate enough. She's a good kid.
Well, God bless you.
Good, yeah, absolutely.
God bless you for having her. It was funny because it's like, I would see you do something, and I'd see her, like any kid, like, and like you'd run from the drum set, jump over your attitude box, right up to her, and then back, and she'd be like, she just do this, and she's on the phone, and I said to her, I go, it's cool that you come to your dad's show. She's like, yeah, I love his music, but sometimes he's a little embarrassing. I said, well, you know what? I would have to pry my daughter away from everything else to come to the show. I'd be like, well, we're playing at the Turning Stone, I mean, she's like, yeah, maybe. I'm like, maybe?
Right.
Oh, she goes through those moments, trust me.
Yeah.
Like I said, but, younger years, she's like, she didn't understand what Dad really did kind of thing.
Right.
And, last few years, since COVID, actually, when we went into the studio, she actually sang backup on 3 or 4 of the songs that are out. She did the
that's
backup
awesome.
tracks for me, so.
See, so people probably didn't realize that.
Right.
That's awesome. Good for you, man.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it was to come full circle and have your daughter part of it, that's great. And she gets along great with my girlfriend, Robin. So, I mean, she's, Robin's been a big help because she helps encourage her to do that too.
Good deal.
Well, that's
got a
awesome.
good support.
Happy for you.
Plus, they have a good kid. She's got a good support team. So
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yep.
I mean,
I used to make jokes about her taking over the family business, but I'm not taking over the family business. I go, it's all set for you. The name's already branded, so just take it over.
yeah, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
I mean, your daughters come out to the show.
Oh, God.
And you didn't have to force them.
I did not.
I was the only one.
Yeah. You were.
Everybody else's kids wanted to come to the show, not this one. Yeah. Nah, I'm good. Thanks.
Dad's playing tonight?
I told you she goes through that though. She went through that stage. I remember going to a parent teacher conference a while ago, and the lady goes, "You're Gridley Paige. I had a poster of you on my wall." I'm like, "Oh, great." And she goes, "My dad's not famous. He's only famous from my house to Walmart, which was like a mile." Oh no, I'm sorry, Hannaford. I'm like, okay, she keeps me in check. She'll tell you. She keeps me in check.
Oh,
my
God,
dad
that's great.
used to do that. After my father passed, she was the one that took over for that. So
that is awesome.
That is
My
great.
dad's only famous from my house to Walmart. That's you got write that line down.
I'm gonna.
We have to use that as you're only famous from your house to Walmart. I'm gonna tell that to Ali when he's on.
Oh my God, yes.
You know what he'll ask? Which Walmart?
yeah, that's true.
Which Walmart?
Right.
It wasn't Walmart. It was Hannaford. That's
Yeah.
a grocery store.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
is like I said, Paige, that's like a mile and a half. So thanks, I appreciate it.
You could have given me the throughway.
You could here to the gas station would have been even sufficient.
Yeah, right. Well, dude, I'll tell you, I can't thank you enough for being on this show. And
Tim, we really appreciate you
for having me. Thank you for doing what you do. I know you got Joe on tomorrow too, which I'll be listening to that too because Joe's a good friend too. Joe's done some incredible things too.
Well, you know what? Not one person is more desirable than the next. Everybody has the stories. You guys have made your mark, and I think you're even growing your audience in Onondaga County. I mean, I know everything east of here. You've crushed the area, and your brand just keeps getting bigger here too. So, and I saw that with the number of people that showed up out at the Maplewood. So,
well, we did the UTP project with Matt and I did. So, I mean that actually did help. We enjoyed playing that. That was fun for a while.
So I mean, we're excited to see all the stuff you got going on. We're excited about Gridley Paige, AM Gold.
AM Gold.
Yeah, that's going to be very cool. So
it's going to be unique. It's going to be like Booty does with the costumes and everything. It's going to have all that. There's 24 costume changes in 90 minutes. No, I'm kidding. But no, we're scripting the stuff out. But it's Ambrosia. It's Steely, not Steely Dan, but Christopher Cross. It's Air Supply stuff mixed in there. It's going to be but it's got to have the upbeat stuff. So it's going to have the REO Speedwagon, the Journey, and all that kind of stuff too. So
that's great.
That's what we've been working on behind the scenes. That hasn't even stepped up to the rehearsal.
I was just saying you could please me all day long and play some Steely Dan. That's fine.
Yeah, wow.
The only parts of Steely Dan that we're going to be playing are the instrumental parts because I don't know anybody in the world that can sing like that guy.
No, you're exactly right.
Right. Yeah, but you know what? You're doing something that nobody's doing right now.
Exactly.
And that's
we base it off. There's a couple groups that I follow that's one of the next big wave of stuff that's coming in. That stuff is already big in LA. It's already big in the Bay areas and stuff that's the yacht clubs in Florida and everything. That music is that's the next big thing that hasn't hit this area yet. So
so in 8 years when it hits us,
yeah,
when it dies out in California, it'll just become But the nice thing is 7 years after we do it, Canada will get it. So you'll be able to go up there. Right? I mean, I think they just found about Jay Giles up in Canada. Jay Giles is huge in Canada.
Jay Giles.
Blondie is huge.
Blondie's huge.
Huge.
Blondie's huge right now.
Yeah.
ABBA.
Yeah. Over 20 billion sold.
So, Tim, that's going to be the second weekend in January, you said? At the Turquoise Tiger.
Second week in January, yep.
Okay.
Turquoise Tiger.
So I think
I'd love you guys come out to that show. That'd be great.
We need to have him on right before that.
Yeah. To promote it.
To promote it, we need to have you come back on the show, and talk it up, and maybe is that going to be your premiere show?
Yes, that's the premiere show. Yep.
Okay.
I think maybe we should have the whole band on.
That would be exceptional.
We did the whole band for the other guys that are coming out on the 17th.
Yep.
I'll be happy to help push that along, and by then we'll be up to like 50 listeners, and we'll be thrilled about that.
Yes.
47
Absolutely.
Past guests.
Yes.
And three
listeners.
My mother stopped. Michael, you use the fuck word a lot. I know, Mom. I use the fuck word a lot. You used to yell at me when I was on stage. Do you have to say fuck so many times? Yes. I'm known for it.
I can't anymore, so I might as well say it.
That's right. Oh, wow. Yeah. No, sorry.
Going back real quickly, too, so if you're looking for somebody, there's an artist that I want you to take a look at, too, this part of the GP Entertainment family called Cooper Greer. He's a country artist. He's on a direct support for Jake Owens right now.
Oh, really?
No shit.
He's crushing it right now. I took him to a conference down in Hershey this last March, and he picked up like literally 50 dates. Boom, 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 right like that. We did very well with him. So he's a guy. He's got 2 songs on CMT currently. So if you can get a chance to check him out,
absolutely.
He's gonna be a big kid.
Now, did he start just as a writer down south, or I mean, I know a lot of
he's out of North Carolina, Raleigh, North Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And I probably hit it off with the guy as well because they're all rock guys that turn country.
Yes.
Right. That's cool.
Well, it'll be like our guest next week. he was a rock guy that went Southern rock, really.
Jason Charles Miller.
Yeah.
It's,
yeah,
he'll be on, and he toured with Joe Altier when Brand New Sin was on tour with Motorhead.
Yeah,
so he
changed his tune.
Yeah,
and now he's doing like country Southern rock stuff now.
Yeah, good stuff. Yeah. So
like Mick Fury, I just signed on for colleges here after. I think he was on your show as we were.
Yes, he was.
Yeah, and Jason, who was just on with Uncle Jimmy, Jason's going to be drumming for Mick when he's in the area.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Yep.
Well, I know Dave fills in for him sometimes too when he comes in the area.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely. Well, J-Rose filled in with him.
J-Rose filled in with him too.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Mick's a good friend of the show. He does listen to the episodes as well, and
I really enjoy him too.
Yeah, I've known him back since the when he had the rock band and they'd play out at the bar and all the shenanigans that came with it.
Yeah.
But he's a professional. He's just doing his thing.
He's done very well for himself.
Yep,
really has.
Yeah. God bless him. Anybody that makes a living in this business, like yourself, between what you're doing on the management side and the band, I have utmost respect for, because people don't realize this is a very fickle business.
Yes.
And
it is.
Overnight something can be like, where the fuck our crowd go?
Right.
Because somebody gets a bug up their ass, and next thing you know, they start spreading all kinds of garbage and
propaganda.
Well, people don't realize that overnight success, there's no such thing as overnight success. Is 10 years of hard work.
Yeah.
Yes.
If you think about it, it really is. That's why when some of these people do come to me and say, "Hey," or "Oh, I have an agent now. I'm signed." Now the hard work begins.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Being signed to an agency is nothing.
Right.
And I tell everybody, usually I prep every act. It's like, when you start peaking, get out.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You have a 2-year window, 3-year window in the college market. Once you start striving and striking on all cylinders, it's time to start transitioning into corporate, transition into CAA or something else, because that window is a short window.
Mm-hmm.
It's shorter than the Bills Super Bowl window. But
yeah. Yep. Sure
and
is.
I'm a Bills fan, but
Yeah.
Now
Well,
we get it.
well, if you can stick that out, you can stick anything
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
The Bills.
The Bills.
Well,
Anyway.
yeah.
Tim,
So, yeah, dude, thank you so much.
Thank you so much for doing this.
thank you for having me, guys. Thank you for doing what you guys do and continue to do it, because I enjoy it.
We want to have you back on when it gets closer to that Turquoise Tiger date, and we'll do some more promotion.
And
Well, we are. I just did talk to Frank over at the Maplewood. We're going to do one date next year with the Yacht Rock too. So
okay.
Oh, good. Okay.
Cool.
so that'll be up there too. So
Great.
Do us a favor, send us a picture of you in that the Good, the Band, and the Ugly shirt.
absolutely will. I just haven't, like I said, after I got home the other night, it's like I literally went from there to a family reunion to a show to the boat yesterday, and now I'm just exhausted. So
Right.
No,
It's
no.
all good. Yeah, when you get a chance, and send us a bumper that we can use
Yeah.
as a show starter.
I will do that.
Yeah.
Yep, that'd be great.
Yeah. We had a couple that we could have run, but that would have been like, we don't
Some
want to
of them are
run
a little
those.
long.
Yeah. But my cousin did a few, but we don't want to do any of the other ones because that would have been a conflict of interest.
Right.
So
Understood.
yeah. We'll have Bill Ali do one for the next time you're on. Hi, I'm Bill, and you're going to listen to someone who filled in for me when I was being a douche.
When I was at a baseball game,
Yeah.
he probably
That would be funny.
rented a hotel room next to his house.
No,
I'm doing it from a hotel
he
room.
really did go. I know he went to Boston. He brought his daughter. So now you got
Yeah,
to.
but you know what?
Yeah.
That's the good thing about the areas now is every band, all of us are friends.
Yep.
We bust chops, but we're all good friends. We all can say, "Hey, I've reached out." Bill and I talk like once a week, once every 2 weeks.
Yep.
It's like, here, can you cover this? Or he wants we complain about something or say something. We basically we're close. We're all close family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like how it used to be. You predominantly came from the East, and we're from here during the Albinos / Lost Horizon days, when it was all original music, a lot of it heavy, real heavy kind of stuff when I started playing. But it was the same way. We all went to each other's shows. We all went to support each other. If you needed if you needed something, if you blew a speaker on your cabinet,
yeah, dude,
you grab somebody else's cabinet.
Yep.
You know, there was no
care.
like,
Everything
fuck
was...
you, we're better than you. You know, and
no,
not to take us off topic or anything. I saw a video that somebody posted of like a nostalgic video from Albino's that was done like in 1989.
Okay.
And it was up on Facebook. And this kid's running around with a video camera, and he's video camera, he's taping some of the rooms. He's like, these guys suck. These guys are fucking posers. And I'm like, whoever put this video up here, that's not how it was. That's not how it was. Nobody hated each other. And whoever these wannabes were running around, it's like, come on, guys.
I know.
You went into yourself. Any rooms. There was 100 rooms there. There was 100 bands practicing on a Friday night if they weren't playing out, and you were all friends. You know.
Yeah.
And it was like
some of the best nights we had was when we played New Year's Eve at Turning Stone with Showtime. I didn't even want to do the show because we had laughed so hard backstage and hung out. It's like, dude, I'm so tired from laughing. I can't go do a whole show.
Yeah.
You know, or we'd go out to Niagara Falls and I remember Justin saying one time, he goes, hey, I really wish that we could do a show out there together. I'm like, really? When are you playing there again? He goes, next week we're there. I said, hang on. So I called the promoter. I'm like, can you put us on right after Showtime? Yep, done. How'd you do that? Just know who to call.
Right.
But then we'd hang out to Niagara Falls the next day because it'd be a double bill in Niagara Falls. So we do double bills and then hang out all day long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you did that when you did Rock of Ages. You guys played, the two bands kind of merged a little bit and did a little bit.
Fury and Gridley, yeah.
Yeah, that was fun shit.
It was a lot of fun. And I mean, anytime we get a chance to do those double bills where we get to be, get to hang out with our friends, because Showtime plays all the time. Those guys work really hard.
Dude.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest with you, it's like when I get the chance to see them, it's like the only time we get to see each other is when we do something together.
Right.
But we enjoy our time together and enjoy it. And anytime that Justin or Jose do show up, come up and play a song. So
we haven't been able to tie them down to get them on the show.
No.
But we would love to have. So next time you talk to them, say, hey, you got to do this show. These guys are pretty cool,
I'll definitely tell them.
Yeah, because he and I went out to see Ryan's last show with them at the gig.
Yep.
And I looked at him and I said, do you realize that out of the 52 songs or 48 songs they did tonight, not one of them did I not like.
Right.
I knew the words. We were having fun. I was like,
yeah,
I like every freaking song. I mean, sometimes you listen to a band, they got 25%. You may go, meh. Not them. I listened, the other night, you guys hit it. You guys hit it on every cylinder. Every song you played, I was like, there's another one I like. I mean, I couldn't even bring myself to leave early. I'm usually a half,
I thought you were leaving early, and then you came up at the end and gave me assurance, like, oh wow, you stuck around to the end.
I'm usually a one set guy, and then I go out and try to see somebody else and spread it around. I stayed. I'm like, I can't leave. This is too much fun, and the people were having a great time. Yeah, and it was a great night, and thank you guys for that.
Thank you guys
as a listener.
Coming out, man.
I knew I wasn't going to get up and sing.
You can sing anytime you want to. There's an open.
Holy cow!
Are we going back to the whole thing? Let me clear the.
Here we go. Go ahead. Clear the air. Let's hear it.
I told you that night because we were doing the Rock of Ages thing.
Yeah,
and that's when the other owner was there, and he goes, "Whatever you do, don't let him sing." Well, that's when DR handed you the mic. I'm like going, dude, we had orders because you talked about the look that I gave. I wasn't giving it to you. I was giving it to DR going, dude, what are you doing?
The worst part is that guy was busting balls so hard. We were playing the next night.
That's what I didn't understand.
Yeah.
You guys were playing there like once a month or something like that.
Yeah.
Like, why?
Yeah.
Why did you tell us this? But but then DR did exactly the opposite that you were supposed to do. And it's like going, I'm all business. I'm the guy that's like going, that's not what the owner wants, kind of thing. And DR, he's the rock and roll. It's like, F him. Kind of thing.
Well, and that's the truth. That's how we were. We were like,
yeah.
And then afterwards, he's like, I told him not to have you sing. I'm like, because you're a dick. We're here tomorrow, you fucking idiot. What I mean? I don't have to sing tomorrow either if you don't want me to. We played there New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
How many times? It was just.
With Mother Cover.
Yeah. That was a great show.
It was fun.
Those are the shows that, like you said, you have so much fun. I think Mother Cover, we had more people on our side that night, and those guys were just like, we're not. You guys just keep playing. We're not even going to go on for a while because we had so many people packed into the bar side.
We'll have to get Henry on and discuss that.
Yeah, we could get Henry on as long as he wears shoes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, anyways, we've been trying to. We don't want to keep you longer than we told you we would.
No,
but,
brother.
dude, it was.
I appreciate you guys.
Yeah. We appreciate you. We appreciate you coming on and all that you do. And anytime you have a new artist and you want us to shed some light,
let us know.
Feel free. We can.
And we will do that.
We'll do.
Yeah. We're here for you. We're all part of the same family.
Yep.
So, anything we could do to help you, you let us know.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate it.
All right, brother.
Yep,
Thanks.
Thank you.
Look at that. What a great show.
Take care.
Thanks, brother.
Peace.
Thank you.
Just another reason why we love
Why
doing
we are
this.
doing this.
Yeah. Great guy.
Yeah.
Great stories. There's some things there.
I honestly never really knew him until now.
I could never see him stage dive.
I can't either.
And he's a little guy, so
Yeah.
that's a lot further jump for most people.
Yeah.
I mean that
Needed a
the only other.
trampoline.
I mean, I can't see J-Ro jump on
No.
stage. He could jump off a milk crate. J-Ro could.
I suppose.
Yeah.
He'd be all right at it.
Should we get to our sponsors?
Yeah, man.
Yeah. So
Great Hawk Medical Supply. Go get whatever you need.
yeah, we say it every week, but we're going to keep saying it because they pay us.
Because they pay us to say it.
Yeah.
It's
Just
the
get
best
out there.
part.
You need something for your folks, something for your grandparents, something for yourself.
Something for yourself if you need.
They're the only ones taking Medicare,
They are.
and so
thank
that's
God
that's
for them.
huge. Yeah,
You know?
because a lot of people can't afford shit right now.
Nope.
So get out there, use them. Obviously, we mentioned Sharkies,
Sharky's Event Center. Remember, Wednesday.
the rods,
The Rods. Thursday. Completely Unchained. The
Van Halen cover band.
Van
I'll
Halen
tell you,
cover
I'm going to cut into Rods. The drummer from the Rods.
Yeah.
He's been going live during their shows. They just did Nick Stock
Really? Okay.
the other day, and it was
Very
kind of
good.
cool because I was watching. One person was live out front, and then I switched over to the drummer, and he was doing live, and I was like,
That's awesome.
This is pretty fucking cool."
Yeah.
So yeah, good for them, the Rods,
Yep.
man. And then they're playing with Crazy Neighbor and somebody else, but yeah, good for them.
Yeah,
Crazy Neighbor being
absolutely.
local band.
Absolutely.
So yeah, get out to Sharkies. We got all kinds of stuff going. I think they have Puerto Rican Festival or something on Friday or
Okay.
Saturday, one of those. And I forget who they have on Friday. I'll post it. But thanks, Sharkies, for being a big supporter
big
of
supporter of
the
us.
show. Yeah.
We got DJ Life's a Beach.
Life's the son of a beach.
It is,
Hardest
too.
working karaoke DJ in the Onondaga County.
Yes.
And weddings, he's doing parties, he's doing
Yep.
the karaoke 3 or 4 nights a week. So Monday nights, we've said it before and I'm going to say it again, Monday nights out at the Tiki Bar in the summer, Wednesday night out at Average Joe's, Friday and Saturday night out at Gathering Lounge in Liverpool, or we're just going to call it the Lounge.
The Lounge. Oh,
I asked him if he wanted to be a sponsor and he's so
Ugh.
we're just going to say DJ Life's a Beach out at the
Lounge.
Lounge. Not going to mention on Route 57 in Liverpool.
No.
Not going to.
No. And then you have the Print Shop Underground.
Well, yeah.
These fine folk here.
The shirts, the banner we've got here. We have an upcoming charity event. Did I tell you what date that was?
No.
I didn't.
No.
You're gonna make me scramble until I can
I am,
figure it
too.
out.
This is going to be
That
fun.
is August 13th at the Elks Lodge Music Fest, raising money for the Elks Lodge.
Yep.
We're going to be out there doing a little guest appearance.
A little shake of hands.
A little shaking of hands. We're going to kiss some babies. Might
Whoa.
autograph a couple baby foreheads. Ma'am, you're not going to wash that off that baby's head.
No.
What movie's that from?
I don't know.
Talladega Nights. You suck.
Oh, okay.
Wednesday, August 9th,
Yeah.
we're going to be chilling with Rick. Yeah. That's going to be, he's already asked me to be gentle. Don't bust his balls too much. He's like, there has to be some seriousness to this interview.
So one finger instead of two.
I'm going to bust his balls so
You
hard.
said gentle, so I'm figuring one finger instead of two.
You always go just a little. I thought I went far. You go like fisting
Sometimes
far.
I do.
You go.
Sometimes I do.
Shocker.
No, that's shocker far.
Yeah. Christ. We're the only
boy.
ones that ever get thrown off the internet.
I know.
That's all right.
Whatever.
But yeah, so, people coming up. I just want to read this out. We got Joe Altier tomorrow.
Yep.
The following week we've got Sherry Snyder.
Yep.
Square Peg.
Square
She's going to
Pegs.
be up here. I'm excited about that one.
Yeah.
Jason Charles Miller on August 1st. We had to reschedule. He had some stuff he had to get taken care of last time, so he's going to be up.
He's going to be on
August 1st. We are excited about that.
So excited.
August 7th, one of my childhood hero guitar players, Ross the Boss, Ross Friedman from the Dictators originally, who was like the forefather of punk, and then eventually with Manowar, and now back to the Dictators.
Yep.
So really psyched about him. Ben Morrow after that. That's August 8th. Ben Morrow being just an incredible
guitar player, musician, all around.
Yeah. Then we've got Luke Kaplan coming up in August. Mike Ferrara.
Looking forward to both of those.
Peter Maluzzi. Peter Maluzzi is the tour manager. He's done all kinds of facets of it, and he'll tell you his story. He's got a great story. He has been with some of the most incredible bands. We're excited about talking to him. We've got Tiger coming up from Off the Reservation. We've got Jeff Tripoli. We mentioned Mike Tripoli earlier. Jeff Tripoli is his brother. Great guitar player or drummer, and just some really innovative stuff on his album he's cut, and he's been on tour and everything. Max McGee coming up in September. Max is down in Nashville. He's done some stuff with Mick Fury. He's been on tour with a lot of great artists,
Look forward
country
to hearing
artists.
that stuff.
Rick Latham, a drummer that Kevin Dean's even using his books to teach drum.
And Mike had mentioned this before on our Facebook page. If you guys have a question for
any of these guys,
you drummer people, if you have a question for Rick, we'll ask it.
Yeah, we'll ask it.
And if you have a question for any of these guys,
Ross the Boss, let us know. I mean, like I said, Manowar was a great band, but people don't realize the Dictators.
No,
they came out when punk rock really started.
Yeah,
and they were right there on the ground floor. And Jesus Christ, man, he's one of the forefathers.
Yes.
People don't realize that about the guy, and we're excited to have him on.
Yep.
We've got Vinny, the drummer, out in California. We got Johnny Peluso, JT, from the
JT.
Booty Foundation. Laura Lightstisser, she's an actress. She'll be on. George Rossi will be on. We've got, I don't even know how to pronounce her last name, Delilah Crielli. She's a photographer. She's on tour with Anvil right now, but she tours with bands as a photographer.
Yep.
Mike Sterto, he'll be on.
Yep. He plays right now with the Guess Who.
With the Guess Who, who's going to be at Harborfest. So we wish maybe if we thought a little bit more, we would have been able to, corner him.
Yeah.
Jason Bittner is going to be on.
Drummer from Overkill.
I mean, this is what we've got coming up. So if you like what you hear, or if there's somebody you want us to have on this show, we'll try.
Yeah,
we will try.
We will absolutely do it.
And we know a lot of the national guys that we've mentioned here aren't hearing this. They're going to listen to it when they do it. But you guys are listening to it. So throw in another handful of local musicians we will always cater to, because we want both sides of the
the story.
Yeah. And if you know anybody out in the Rochester, Buffalo, Albany area that you think could be on the show, let us know, please. We want this story to not end with our
just our musicians here in Syracuse,
100-mile radius.
Yeah.
So let us know who you want to see or who you want to hear, and if you are an artist, by all means, reach out, send us an email.
Yep.
So I think we've said our piece. We went a little longer than normal, but hey,
that's okay.
It was worth it. Tim, thank you so much for being on the show.
Appreciate you being here.
Yeah, definitely.
Check out Gridley Paige on Spotify.
Yeah.
And don't forget, coming up the second week of January, Gridley Paige, AM Gold. It's all yacht rock.
Yeah. We only got a couple seconds of this, so,
Yeah, okay. Don't forget, this weekend you got Harbor Fest with the Guess Who, Frostbit Blue, and countless others. Also, Sandy Pond Fest.
Yeah.
With Chasing Neon.
Yeah. I'm Big Papa.
I'm Jeff.
You've been listening to The Good,
The Band,
The Ugly. We want to say thank you again, and we will see you tomorrow.
Don't forget, one more thing.
Yeah.
Renaissance Fair this weekend.
Renfest. Go jump
Check
the
it out.
sword. Snarky Productions.
Ah.
We'll see ya.